All right, listen, I can't be fooling around with you guys all night. I got to be welcoming you to 183 Michael Cole Live in search of awesome. We're always on the hunt. And tonight, we found one for you. I've been looking forward to this one for the last couple months. LaShawnda Hall, the front desk digital Jedi out of Urban Eve, Lake Jackson, Texas. She's not only like, a fifth degree black belt Jedi at the front desk. She's been a very big part of Urban Eve for years, and for the last couple of years or so, she's been a very big part of morphing and developing the front desk division of Summit. And I just love it that she's on tonight. Let me tell you about what she's been up to since she's been hanging out at Urban Eve. You heard that retail is way over 20 plus. It's always there. Rebook is 70%. She's going to tell you her story, so I don't want to take too much away from her. But her timeline is graduates from high school in '98, pursues a college education, gets an associate arts, begins to kind of progress and work towards a bachelor. Majoring in management and marketing and such. Then in '99, she makes this pivot to the Gap and the Limited because she absolutely loves retail, loves to sell, loves people, as you'll see. And then she jumps on board at Urban Eve Boutique in '07. The rest is history. All of a sudden, if you've been following Urban Eve, you'll know that they've just been on a great roll. And then, no, wait, there's more. 2016, she joins Summit Front Desk Division, and so she's been a very big part of having that evolve. Now, you're gonna want to be following Urban Eve Salon and Boutique because she helps to manage that as well. They're doing a great job on social, but frankly, that's why I wanted to here tonight because she's doing some instrumental things at the front desk as well as teaching as a coach. So we're gonna go in our green room. We're gonna go get her, and then we're going to get her talking about her story a little bit, and then I'm going to have her talk about her experiences behind the desk and what she's up to there as well as the coach. So we're going to go in the back, keep your fingers crossed because we want to make sure that the Wi-Fi gods are nice to it, are nice to us. And so, let's see what happened. We might have lost her. Let's see if well, here she comes. There she is. She's back. Well, give it up for her, will you guys? I love it when a plan comes together. LaShawnda, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. I know the Wi-Fi gods sometimes they get goofy with us, but it's wonderful that that you're here. I want to make sure that we're recording on our cloud. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to have my guy turn you up a little bit so that we can all hear you because I really want to get you talking about your story. And then I want to get you talking about what you're doing at the front desk at Urban Eve as well as a coach. So when we have you on, we always like to find out who you are and really what inspired you to make it to Urban Eve. So get us started. Who are you and what were you doing before you were doing this and what caused you to pivot this to do what you're doing today?
Okay, so of course I'm LaShawnda Hall. You've already said that.
Yeah.
Before this, I was hanging out in retail management. So I did retail management for about 9.5 years. I worked for the Gap, I worked for Limited, and I also worked for the Buckle for a period of time as well.
Wow.
So before this, retail sales management was my thing.
And you were telling me that you're like you've got obsessive compulsive retail. You just love sales. You love working with people. What do you think what that was about? What kind of compelled you to kind of do that?
Well, I was raised to be a really nice person. So I've always enjoyed taking care of people, being nice to people. And I have a sick fetish for fashion. Like I absolutely love fashion. And I've always thought it was awesome to try to like take my love for fashion and try to make people feel good about the way they looked. that was just something that was always appealing for me. So
Well, I know you were on that track, and then all of a sudden there's this major pivot, from the Gap in the retail world into Urban Eve. What caused that shift? Because that's a big move.
absolutely. So one day I met a lady named Jennifer Culverhouse. And if any of you know Jennifer or have ever met Jennifer or Jason, they have this amazing ability to kind of instantly change your life. So when I met her, I didn't know that she would become a lifelong friend and a person who just kind of spoke really positive things into my life. And just, she was kind of my start to getting me into this industry.
Yes, it's almost like she was a vision to you of what was possible, and then
Mm-hmm.
you became a member of Urban Eve. Like what was it, 2007, 8? You've been there for 12, 13 years.
Right. 2007 is when I started.
So that was a little bit more than a glimmer in Jennifer and Jason's eyes. So over the years, you've really had the opportunity of watching this thing unfold, watching the pocket of light get real big and the miracle happen. And you were at the helm at the front desk. What was that like for you?
Well, the front desk it was just instantly something that when I started the front desk, I immediately just kind of became obsessed with it. I wanted to just give every single guest the best experience. It was also like I needed to get to know everybody that walked through the door. That was just a need for me. And I tried really hard to convert my previous experience of working in retail into that salon company. So it was, I mean, for me, it was phenomenal because you got a lot of one-on-one interaction with the guest.
Oh, I know.
So,
When from the first time I met you, yeah, and we got to know each other, and I would listen to you kind of tell me about the front desk and your vision for it, and like when you say you really enjoy it, I mean, you really, 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 really do. This is as much of a career, a calling for you as it is a livelihood. And I'm sure there's a lot of people watching tonight and they're going, you know what? People at the front desk, I just don't see them as that way. It's almost like they want you to pour you in a bottle so that their people can drink, kind of drink your soul.
yeah.
And so what how did that as things grew, because now the boutique is as much of Urban Eve as services are and traditional retail. How much of a part of the boutique and evolving that were you and are you today?
Well, today, my time is split. It's half and half in the boutique, half in the front desk. And then there's a lot of times where both of those things gel together. So there's times where I'm working the front desk and then I'm hopping over helping out in the boutique, because if a guest checks into the salon, they more than likely want to become a shopper at the same time. So those two things kind of merge together. It's there's no way they can't.
Well, I've seen a lot of the work that the footprints of your work when I go into the salon and I'm looking at the boutique. I mean, the merchandising is exquisite, and I just would imagine that a lot of that skill set you developed in the chapters of your professional life before Urban Eve, and now you're teaching them to not only your fellow team members at Urban Eve, but now it's a big part of what you do when you're in the world doing front desk training.
Absolutely.
And so,
Absolutely.
so this whole thing, like your journey has been profound. Well, how has it changed you today versus how you were, let's say, 13 years ago when you came in? How has this transformed you?
Well, back then I came into the industry searching for what my purpose was, right? Just kind of looking for what that calling was. So I felt like when I met Jennifer and when I met Jason and I developed a relationship with them, I began to understand what my calling was. And I began to realize that it wasn't really embarrassing to want to go into a career that allowed you to cater and take care of people.
Yeah, it's almost like that the seed was always in your soul to do
Mm-hmm.
this, and then when you meet those two, it sprouts, and like you said, that you do it with there's a pride, there's a esprit de corps, and you're taking it to a whole level. It's like you've leveled up that function in the salon spa company, and when people are in your presence, they feel elevated. They feel an esteem and a pride for being a part of that. It's just been wonderful to watch that inspiration happen in people as a result of you coaching them.
Absolutely.
So,
That's my biggest reason as to why I do it.
well, which leads me beautifully because I'm just dying to know, like, you've come this far. What's next for you? Like, where do you go in the next year or two with your work?
Okay, so I finished hair school in February. So I'll become an associate at Urban Eve Pearland. And I'm going to continue to work for Summit, the front desk division. And we're just working on some projects with boutiques and just doing a lot of research with that. So I plan on being a service provider and also continuing to work for the front desk division for Summit.
All right, what you said right there is so profound. I want to make sure that people that are watching, I want you to have your ultrasound hearing aids on now, gang, because what she's saying is, I've done 13 years at the front desk, and you put your life on pause. You're going
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of going back to hair school now. You graduate in February because you're
Mm-hmm.
saying what's next for me is I want I want to level up to service provider. That's a big deal. And the longer, as that division develops, I'm seeing more people like you make that same pivot. 1, 2, 3 years behind the desk, they're looking at the people that the service providers that they're supporting, and they're going, I want to do that too. What
Mm-hmm.
inspired you to want to do that?
Well, if I'm honest, at first I kind of felt like I was leaving my front desk people behind. So I kind of felt like I was, in a sense, selling out. So it took me a really long time to make the decision because I'm for my front desk people. So I just felt like I needed to keep it moving. But just finally, well, if I'm honest, Jennifer pushed me to go ahead and make that decision because she knew it was something that I really wanted to do. And I had talked about it for such a long time. So it's really great to have people in your corner that push you even when you don't really want to push yourself to make a move.
Yeah.
So I was in my head about it, but I have a circle of people who push me to be better. So I appreciate that.
This is huge, Lashanda, because you're really a vision of saying the front desk for an increasingly a number of new people that work at the front desk is becoming an on ramp to be a service provider in the very salon spa company that they've been at the front desk for. And I'm seeing probably more of that today than I have over the 30 plus years as a business educator and 40 years in the industry, and it's really cool to watch that inspiration happen. So you're a poster child for it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, having said all that, there's a lot of people watching tonight. There's going to be more people watching over the next few weeks, and many of them are at the desk, and their intuitions are they're wondering, I want to do this, and watching this interview has just like crystallized it. But they're going, God, I'm going back to school. Is it 3 steps forward? Is it 5 steps back to take 8 steps forward? They're not sure. You're in it now. What might you say to them to go for it?
So I read something or somebody told me, and I may kind of mess this quote up. I'm not very good with quotes, but it was something that said, if it's easy, it's not meant for you to do, or something like that. Or if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yes.
So that's kind of been my thing. This is one of the hardest experiences. Like I felt like I'm going backwards, or I did things so out of order, right?
Yes.
But it's been hard. But just anybody who is interested in doing it, just believe that you can achieve things, whatever it is you want to do, whatever your passion is, whatever wakes you up in the middle of the night. Like, that's the thing that you go after. Because if you go after it, believe the doors are gonna open and things are gonna work out.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to write a biography on you after this whole thing is done. It's almost like you've crossed the Rubicon. You've taken the giant leap of faith into the unknown, and so it's like, well, even if I wanted to go back, I'm not, because it's there. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I'm committed to it, and I think this could be very, very inspiring and motivational for people that are sitting in the chairs that you sat in for many, many years. They're going, I'm going to go for this too. By the way, I'm going to ask you a question. I didn't prepare you for it. How old were you when you decided that you were going to make a pivot from your career and go to cosmetology school?
okay, when I decided to do it,
Yes, like how,
meaning
were you 30 something? Were you 20 something? Where you went, I've been doing this deal for Jennifer for 13 years. She's been blowing in my ear about going to school. How old were you in the year that you said, all right, I'm going to do this? Was it front end of 30 something, back end of 20 something, mid 30s? Like, where were you?
38.
Oh my Lord! So this is a big. By the way, you don't look your age. It's like whatever you're being,
Thank
keep
you.
on being it. This is extraordinary. And by the way, gang, we had no idea that we were going to get this intimate on the conversation. So at 38 years old, LaShawnda makes a major pivot in her career, and decides to be a service provider. And really, that's like the next era. So how motivational is that? That's wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I've got a few minutes with you, and I'm not going to let you leave the show until you tell us one or two things that you're doing behind the desk currently that you think are making a difference, and then share a little bit with us of how that kind of finds its place when you're out with your coach's hat on doing the front desk division stuff.
Connection is number one. Just slowing down for each guest that we work with, because I know at the front there's a lot, right? There's a lot of chaos. So connecting, slowing down to connect, and most important, consistency. So as I'm trying to slow myself down and get to know that guest, make that connection, and be very consistent about the way I treat that guest and every single guest that comes in. So whether it's your 4-step processes, going a step beyond, and like literally showing each guest that you care about them in a way, and you care about the fact that they're in your salon company, being a guest, spending money, like just treating them like they're valuable people. So those are my main.
Well, but what you said was gospel, because I heard two things that I really, with great intentionality, it's too easy to get swept away and to use the narrative that because we got so much going on and there's a lot of chaos that it's too easy to get harried. It's too easy to get overwhelmed and hyperventilating. And you're going, no, the discipline is, I'm going to be on point. Whoever's in front of me, I'm going to be serving them and be very, very present. But you also said something else. Your tool for doing that is the 4-step process. That the Summit Front Desk System training has 4 steps, and that's your tool for doing that. It would be really, really difficult for you to be as present as you are without that 4-step process. That's become fundamental and foundational for Summit. I think it has. You want to speak to that?
Absolutely. So the 4-step process is, the more consistent you are with that entire system, the more it becomes your own. So it's non-negotiable, right? So in my world, it's non-negotiable. 4-step processes in everything I do. When I check in, when I'm on the phone, when I check out. Now, it then becomes a part of my language.
Well, there's a number of Summit Salon owners that are watching this tonight, and what's really, I think, makes you authentic as a front desk trainer is the years you've been working at the front desk, and what you just shared was kind of your philosophical stance of I'm present. Everyone that's in front of me is going to get my full and undivided attention, but the system that I use for that is the four-step process. And oh, wait, there's more. I use that process as a teacher, as a coach, as a mentor when I'm in the salon or the salon spa doing my training thing. That's what I thought I heard you say.
Absolutely.
So, how would somebody that's watching this saying, look, I want LaShawnda to come into my salon company and really kind of baptize my people at the front desk in what she's doing? What can they direct message you on Instagram, Facebook? Can they, or what we can? I think we've put your links on the comment boxes, and I'll put your your email address and stuff like that as well.
Okay. Yeah, definitely reach out, lhall@summitsalon.com. My Facebook, you can send me a message. I'm LaShawnda on Facebook. And on Instagram, I'm Shonda_80. So
nice.
Yeah.
And if they have any questions, people can personal message me, and I've got your text, I've got your email. So it's something I really would encourage the Summit Salon owners to do, is that you're just extraordinary at that piece. Now, before I let you go, I want you to promise to come back to do an encore once you graduated, once you're a service provider, and in the service provider arena, so that you can come back and talk about the difference in those two experiences.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Well, my friend, I know it's been a long day. I'm going to let you go home to the fam, and I'm going to spend a couple of minutes summarizing this extraordinary interview. So once again, thank you very much for your time and your energy and your wisdom, and I wish you a happy graduation, and I can't wait to see what happens to you as a service provider in Urban Eve.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Let's give it up one more time for LaShawnda. Oh, look at guys. All right. I think she did an extraordinary job. And if you think so, I think you want to give it up for her. What I heard, what was so extraordinary about the interview is, think about it, you guys. she just crushing it at the front desk. She's got well into her career as a front desk trainer, and then as a result of being mentored by Jennifer Culverhouse, she decides at 38 years old that she's gonna while she's working full time, she's gonna go to cosmetology school, get her license, and be a service provider. And she's done with that in February. So stay tuned. More will be revealed. I mean, I think it's a real vision of what's possible when you have that kind of courage and conviction and compassion. So once again, we give it up for one more time. Thank you, LaShawnda. Listen, if you're new to us, you're watching, this is Michael Cole Facebook Live, and this is the channel is Michael Cole Summit on Facebook. We do this every Thursday. Every now and then we'll do a special edition interview as well. So this particular channel page has become a learning channel for Summit Salon Spa social kind of a social media learning channel. If you're looking for learning how to use social media or the internet to blow up your income, you're going to want to hang out on this page. We just got extraordinary guests. Also hang out on the Instagram page as well, Michael Cole Summit. And here's why: because this interview, which is about a 20-minute interview, will be cooked down into like 3, 4, 5-minute micro learnings, and then it will be uploaded on Michael Cole Summit's IGTV page. So TV channel. So, and you can see you can find that's the icon on that page, so that you can don't have to watch the whole thing. You can watch kind of the essence and the best parts of it, and or Bluetooth your mobile device to your car and experience it as a podcast. So I invite you to do that. You should be living on SummitSalon.com, and not only that, but you should be in the store looking at our latest, our greatest. I'm going to call it Bible. I've had 4 books over the years. This is the 4th book, and sooner or later it's going to be the way over the top book. But right now we call it the Social Digital Script Guide, and it has become the map, the GPS system to learn how to use social media to blow up your income. It's a short little pocket guide. We're now doing webinars on summitsalon.com and Summit 365. So make sure you get that, and its companion piece, the social digital planner, where we're really using openings during the day, using those openings to take these new actions on social media that we're teaching people to do, so that we can fill up other open windows of time. And it's just amazing how that works. So people are getting busy, or they're getting to higher levels of income at the speed of light because of those 2 collateral pieces. So take us up on that. Also, you're going to find another .com called SummitSalon365.com. On a daily basis now, we're getting people testimonials from people in the Summit Salon community that are now on that .com watching our courses, our video courses to blow up income. Christy Valenzuela has her Retail Revolution. We actually have a video training course on 365 that supports both the script guide and the social digital planner, and we call that course the Social Digital Guest Experience. So take us up on that offer. It's just a wonderful place. Now, a lot of our consulting and coaching is really moving towards virtual online training now. So you can, on our 800 number, you can schedule a 1-hour complimentary digital consultation with one of our coaches to see what's possible in all of the courses that we have to help you to become awesome and blow up your income. We have calculators on summitsalon.com that set daily goals for you to crush your income. We have trackers now. All this is compliments. So please take us up on our offer, and then you can see that every time I do a show now, we have another array of T-shirts. I call them tattees. I'm a baby boomer, so I don't wear tattoos, but I love people that do, and I love wearing various tattoos on my T-shirts. So if you see something that you think is interesting, you can get on a .com called mctattees.com, and all of the proceeds on that, by the way, go to a nonprofit literacy foundation teaching young children, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, helping them to kind of close the literacy gap so that they can be awesome like us when they grow up. So at any rate, take us up on that offer. I always like to end with gratitude. L'Oreal Professional Product Division, these are their brands. We got Redken, Matrix, Mazzani, Baxter, Biolage, Pulp Rite is their newest baby, SE, Kerastase, L'Oreal Professional, Purology, Shoe, they're all there. Support these brands, because when you support these brands, it allows our sponsor to support what we're doing, and we can bring program to you like this. So it's wonderful of how that works. So been a great show. Christy Valenzuela is on tonight. She's usually not on. She's always out there doing Retail Revolution. KV, did you see that I brought him to, you probably came in and you didn't even see. I was telling him about Retail Revolution. I was telling him about the Social Digital Guest Experience. I was showing that they can sign up for the course on the digital planner and the script guide. So been a wonderful show tonight, you guys. I'll see you next week with another special guest. And until then, make money and blow it up.